Hey! Today I'm going to be talking about combining like terms. This is used in algebra and I call it the math matching game. There are two words that you really need to know what they mean. A variable, it's a letter or a symbol that represents a number, and also coefficient. Coefficient is a number written before the variable. Coefficient is a number, not a variable, it's before the variable, and it's when you're multiplying an algebraic expression. For example, if you have 4x, the number written before the variable is 4, so the coefficient is going to be 4. Okay, so for example, if I have 2x to the 4th power plus 4x to the 3rd power plus 2x squared plus 10,000x plus x, my coefficients are 2, 4, 3, 10,000, and 1. Now, a lot of people are wondering, how come this coefficient is 1? There's nothing there. So, there's an invisible 1 in front of every variable. Therefore, 1 is the coefficient for the following variables. X, Y, Z, smiley face, triangle, rectangle, A, B, C, D. If you have a single variable with no coefficient, there's an invisible 1. Here's why. If you have 4x, 4x is actually the same thing as 4 times 1 times x. And if you multiply 4 times 1, it's going to be 4, and then 4 times x, you're still going to end up with 4x. Therefore, if you have just the variable x, it's really x times 1 or 1 times x, and that's just going to give you x. Okay? So that's why we have an invisible 1 in front. Okay, so when we combine like terms, the variables must be alike. Hint the word combining like terms. They must be alike. They must be the same. They must look alike. If we have an addition problem, we're going to add the coefficients and keep the variables the same. If we have a subtraction problem, we're going to subtract the coefficients and keep the variables the same. So in this problem, I have 2x squared plus 3x squared plus 4x plus 7x plus 8x plus 9 plus 10 plus 11. My variables, guys, if you look, I've color-coded it, and that's the easiest way for me to do it. Red is the x squares. Here I have x squared, here I have x squared. My coefficient is 2, my coefficient is 3. That's the number before the variable. So I have an addition sign between my two x squares, and they match, they're alike, it's the math matching game. So I'm going to take my coefficients and I'm going to add them together. 2 plus 3 is going to be 5, and then we keep our variable the same, so we get 5x squared just by having 2x squared plus 3x squared. Notice I didn't add my exponents. Okay. Next I have 4x plus 7x plus 8x. If you look, we have our coefficients are 4, 7, and 8, and our variable is x. So I'm going to take 4, 7, and 8, and I'm going to add them together because I have addition signs. So 4 plus 7 is 11, and then plus 8 is 19. And I will keep the variable the same, so it's going to be 19x. Now, if you look at these three, when we add 2 plus 3, do we have to do anything, or can we add that? It's going to be 5. So every single time I'm trying to add just numbers with no variable, I can add them. I don't have to do anything. So 9 plus 10 is 19, plus 11 is 30. This, guys, is the answer to the problem. We're used to one number answers. That's not correct anymore. So what we have to do, we really have to simplify this expression instead of saying solve it. I can't solve this problem until I know what x equals, and right now I don't know.
Ms. Bryan, please report the office. Ms. Bryan.
If you look here, we have 5x squared. These are my variables that were combined with x squared. We have 19x. These were the coefficients that were combined with x. And then we have a few numbers that didn't have any variable at all, so we combine those together also. If you look at the bottom, it says you try. We have 10x cubed plus 14x cubed plus 11x cubed plus 4x squared plus 3x squared plus 9x plus 10 plus 12. We're going to do this equation real quick. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I have 10x cubed plus 14x cubed plus 3x cubed. Like I did again, I color-coded it. It's the easiest way for me. So I'm going to take my coefficients. I have 10, I have 14, and I have 11. I'm going to be adding those together because it has an addition sign. 10 plus 14 is 24, plus 11 is 35. And like I said, I'm going to keep my variable, so it's going to be 35x cubed. Okay? next step. And notice I didn't add these in with x cubed because these are x squared. Sorry. So my next step, I have 4x squared plus 3x squared. And those are all my x squared. My coefficients are 4 and 3. So I'm going to be adding 4 plus 3, and that's going to give me 7. So it's going to be plus 7x squared because I keep my variable. And then next I have 9x. Well, I don't have anything to combine with 9x. It doesn't have another term that's like it. So I'm going to take 9x and I'm just going to bring it down. So it'll be plus 9x. And then at the end here I have plus 10 plus 12. And 10 plus 12 is obviously going to be 22. And the reason why we have no variable behind it is because we don't have a variable behind it up here. So if I check my work, 10x cubed, we got that, we did that one. 14x cubed, we did that one here. 11x cubed, we did that one here. Then we have 4x squared, that's here. 3x squared, here. 9x, we just had to bring it down. And then 10 plus 12, we got was 22. So this is the correct answer, simplified, when we combine like terms.